Hello dear friends and greetings from Slovenia. I'm out here in nature sunbathing and let me just give you a quick 360 so that you can see just how beautiful it is here. And I want to talk about today about a video that came out a few days ago. So actually this was a live conversation between David Icke and Brian Rose of London Real, and so this happened on May the 3rd, and this was the third part of the conversation, so the third part of the series. And apparently it was the single biggest broadcast of a live conversation ever in human history, with more than 1 million people watching. And just to give you a little bit of a background, the second part of this series, which took place 3 weeks earlier, was, in my opinion, absolutely amazing. And it got deleted by YouTube as soon as the broadcast finished, and then on other platforms. And subsequently, David Icke got what they call deplatformed, which means his accounts were completely deleted, his channel, his page, first from Facebook and then from YouTube as well, within 24 hours of each other. And it really makes you wonder, what's this guy saying that is so dangerous to the establishment? And I'll let everyone draw their own conclusions to that. But what I really want to focus on is something that David Icke said towards the end of the last conversation, when Brian Rose, he asked him, so David, what do we do about all this? And David Icke said, open your heart and do whatever your heart tells you is the right thing to do, regardless of the consequences of that action. So doing the right thing, doing what we feel deeply is the right thing, and not really thinking about what comes next. And for me, that's really the essence of integrity, and it's actually the essence of freedom, because freedom is not free. Freedom needs to be earned. And the way we earn freedom is by acting in accordance with our core, with our heart. And, we're willing to face the consequences. So that's what I've done in my life as well in the past couple of months, by posting things that I knew were going to be controversial. And I knew that there could be potential negative consequences for me, both in my private life, in my personal life, but also in my business life. And I had some people telling me, some well-meaning people, look, be careful with this, maybe you shouldn't do this, it's going to affect your business. And actually these people were right. It did affect my business. So a few days ago, I reopened my shop, and I made an announcement. I made quite a big promotion, and within the first 24 hours, I got basically 0 orders. And not just that, but very little, likes or comments or any kind of support from the Jungle Pants community. And I gotta be honest, it did kind of, it got to me. I felt alone. I felt kind of almost forgotten, rejected. So there was a bitter pill to swallow, especially yesterday. I didn't feel good. But then I remembered the words of David Icke, doing the right thing regardless of the consequences. That's the point, regardless of the consequences. And I also remembered, his life story, David Icke's life story. This guy was ridiculed and abused in every possible way for many, many years. And he basically, lost everything. And despite that, he never backed down. He never really went back. He never say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did that." No, he kept on. And now, after 30 years, I would say he looks stronger than ever. And at least in my book, he is one of the great men of our time. And of course, he's not the only one. There are countless other, men and women out there who put out their neck in order to do the right thing, tell the truth, in order to basically benefit humanity. One example is Dr. Judy Mikovits. She's a microbiologist who worked directly under Dr. Fauci. And when she began to expose the incredible corruption that was going on in the big pharma and with these people that were heading, the big medical establishment, she got absolutely ruined. Her career got destroyed, her reputation. She even got put in jail. And there is an excellent documentary that just came out, I think literally just a few days ago, called Plandemic, and it's featuring Dr. Judy Mikovits, and I really recommend that documentary. It's quite beautiful. So I will put the link to that below, as well as the link to the video of David Icke. Now that's a longer one. It goes on for 3 hours. So if your time is limited, I definitely recommend the whole thing. But if your time is limited, I would recommend at least listen to the last 45 minutes of that David Icke interview. And yeah, like I say, freedom has a price, integrity has a price, but all I can say is that any price is worth it, any price, because there's nothing more valuable than freedom. And I can also say from my personal experience, once you start walking on that path, there's really no way going back. And I think nobody really regrets ever, walking that path and coming out of the closet. It's not like you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No. In fact, you want to go further. And the price doesn't even matter, because there is a feeling of deep freedom, and there's a feeling of fearlessness and of a connection, to something that's way bigger than ourselves. And just a feeling of, what? Everything's going to be just fine. Everything's going to be all right. One door opens, but before that opens, another door has to close. And that's just how it goes. All right, that's all I want to say. Thank you for your attention. Good luck, take care, and ciao.